Hey Wes, we're going to use this protocol to determine your essential standards. This is a protocol that we have based off of the work of Schmoker and Marzano, and we've found that it's actually very helpful with other PLCs that we work through this process with. So we're going to dive right in. Our goal through this meeting is to determine essential standards for Unit 1 only. You're going to look at the other units later as necessary, but right now you're only focusing on Unit 1. Your goal is to cut down approximately half of your standards so that you have half of them to focus on as a top priority. In order to work through this process, you are going to need a few things. Your electronic copy of your Unit 1 UBD. You can find those in your shared drives, also known as team drives, what we used to call them, in your PLC folder. You also need this video. And if you're a subject that gets tested by iLearn, I would also suggest having the blueprint out for that. That would be helpful to have. Go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to ask you to do this several times to do the work together as a PLC. Get your materials together and then hit play when you're ready. Step 1. You are going to individually review each standard in your UBD while considering the questions on the next slide. So by individually, we're just talking about looking at each standard individually. You might want to do a quick read through silently so you're familiar with all of the standards. The essential standards are determined by 3 different areas: the endurance, leverage, and readiness for next level. So you'll ask yourself these questions each standard you look at. Will the standard provide students with knowledge and skills beyond a single test date? Will the standard provide knowledge and skills that are of value in multiple disciplines? And will the standard provide the students with essential knowledge and skills that are necessary for their success in the next grade level? So those are your guiding questions with each standard that you look at. When you are answering those questions, you are going to determine if a standard is high priority, medium priority, or low priority. So if a standard strongly meets all 3 of the essential standards questions, you're going to highlight it in the map in green. If the standard meets 2 of the essential standard questions, you're going to highlight the standard in yellow. And if it meets 1 or fewer of the essential standard questions, you're going to highlight the standard in red. Go ahead and pause. This is probably the meat of your meeting and going through this process. Use those guiding questions, read through, determine if it's high, medium, or low, and highlight accordingly, if I can talk. Okay, so your UBD map should have lots of colors of where the standards are for now. So your next step is, for this year, your PLC will eliminate the low priority standards. You could keep those red, you could strike them through, don't remove them. We want to keep record of that they were there as we come back to these maps at a later time. Count the remaining standards. Which standards need to be moved between high and medium priority? So what shuffling needs to happen? Remember, your goal is to have only half of the standards remaining. If too many standards remain, consider these questions. We've thrown in some extra words. So these are still the same questions, but we've added a little bit of detail. So will the standard provide students with the most important knowledge and skills beyond a single test date? Will the standard provide knowledge and skills that are of value in multiple disciplines or careers? Will the standards provide the students with essential knowledge or skills that are vital for their success in the next level? So you're going to pause again. Take time to finalize your standards list. Might take some deep discussion between you guys, but I know that you can do it. All right, so now we have 50% of our standards. Woohoo, good job. The last thing you're going to do, considering what you've just determined are your high priority standards that are highlighted in green, or go through and highlight in green the rest of stage 1 information. So highlight which essential questions you still need to maintain, which enduring understandings still need to be there, skills, vocabulary, assessments, looking into stage 2, etc. So you're highlighting in green what stays based off of establishing what those priority standards are. Go ahead and pause, update the rest of your map. You are now ready to move forward with your stage 3 lesson planning. So this is where you guys are going to be making some tweaks like, hey, now that we established this standard isn't as important to us anymore, we can take this piece or this assignment or this activity that we did, that can now be removed from our stage 3. That's it, West. Thanks for your hard work. If you have questions, always feel free to reach out to me. We can meet virtually. Just give me a shout. Have a great day.